Is done. Trump's team just announced what they're doing to the entire case, by Kara Curry for rwnofficial.com. Rudy Giuliani, President Trump's attorney and long associate, just dropped a bombshell on Wednesday, appearing on Fox News on Wednesday. Giuliani revealed special counsel Robert Mueller should be wrapping up his investigation into the so-called collusion with Russia by the Trump campaign. Giuliani states Mueller has nothing. Giuliani stated to Laura Ingraham, "It's been a year. He's gotten more than 1.4 million documents." I thought it was docs. He's interviewed 28 witnesses and has nothing, which is why he wants to bring the president into an interview. Mueller has notified President Trump's legal team that he will follow Justice Department guidance and not seek an indictment against the president. All they get to do is write a report, said Giuliani. A former federal prosecutor and mayor of New York City, Giuliani further revealed that Mueller's investigators have not responded to 5 information requests from the president's team. That has forced President Trump's legal team to push off making a decision about whether the president will sit for an interview with the special counsel, a decision they had hoped to reach by Thursday. As laid out in a Justice Department memo, federal prosecutors are barred from indicting a sitting president, Giuliani states. Mueller has no choice but to follow his guidance. It's guidance, actually. Giuliani states, "They have only exculpatory information about us. I've been through the document, so it's about time to get the darn thing over with. It's about time to say enough. We've tortured this president enough." Giuliani states the president's legal team is at this point demanding that Mueller's investigators tell us what you have to get from an interview that you don't already have, because he has all the facts to make a decision. We're trying to get him to end this. This is not good for the American people, and the special counsel's office doesn't seem to have that sort of understanding that they're interfering with things that are much bigger than them or us. Meanwhile, the special counsel's office and Trump's legal team continue to hash out the conditions under which the president will communicate with investigators. According to Fox News, Giuliani joined Trump's legal team last month and has repeatedly warned that an in-person interview of the president by the special counsel's team would constitute a perjury trap, quote. Complicating matters, Trump himself has refused to rule out agreeing to an interview with Mueller. In an interview with Fox News' Sean Hannity earlier this month, Giuliani said that the Mueller team had ruled out allowing the Trump team to submit written answers to the special counsel's questions. Giuliani said last week that the president's legal team would oppose any subpoena unless they could reach agreement on the ground rules. He argued that Trump could invoke executive privilege and the team would point to the Justice Department opinions in fighting a subpoena, and on both law and the facts, we would have the strongest case you could imagine. Giuliani adds that he is personally ready to challenge any reports issued by Mueller and his team, stating in a challenge to the special prosecutor, "I think that they have the facts on which they can write their report. If you're going to write a fair report, fine, write it. If you're going to write an unfair report, write it, and we will combat it. We are ready to rip it apart." Giuliani has pointed to the fact that the Trump team has handed over 1.2 million documents to Mueller as evidence of cooperation with the probe, which marks its one-year anniversary on this week. Thus far, Mueller's probe has resulted in resignation of National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, the arrests of Paul Manafort and Rick Gates, and the indictment of 13 Russian nationals on allegations of hacking the 2016 election, along with the raid of Trump's personal attorney, Michael Cohen. Earlier this month, Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, who is officially in charge of the Russian investigation, admitted that President Trump cannot be indicted, stating the Department of Justice has in the past, when the issue arose, has opined that a sitting president cannot be indicted. There's been a lot of speculation in the media about this. I just don't have anything more to say about it. According to the New York Times, in a series of memorandums, the Justice Department's Office of Legal Counsel concluded that indicting a sitting president would violate the Constitution by undermining his ability to do his job. Those memos, too, though, said the answer was a matter of structure and inference. The Justice Department's regulations require Mr. Mueller, the special counsel, to follow the department's rules, regulations, procedures, practices, and policies. If the memos bind Mr. Mueller, it would seem he could not indict Mr. Trump, no matter what he uncovered. No American court has ever addressed the matter. However, elements of the issue were argued before the Supreme Court of the United States versus Nixon in a 1974 case in which Richard Nixon was forced to comply with a subpoena from special counsel Lee Jaworski during the Watergate investigation. However, the issue of an indictment was not ruled out. Giuliani states this case is essentially over. They're just in denial. He also spoke on President Trump's newly filed financial disclosures, which confirms that that President Trump did indeed reimburse his personal attorney, Michael Cohen, for a $130,000 payment he made to an adult film star, Stormy Daniels, just prior to the 2016 presidential election. Giuliani stated of the confirmation of his previous disclosure that the president was fully aware of the situation. The president was fully aware of it and endorsed the strategy. He wouldn't do it without him. He's the client, after all, and has a tremendous judgment about things like this. Giuliani added that the disclosure to the Office of Government Ethics vindicated our original strategy, but added that he didn't think the payment should have been made public in the first place, which I totally agree with anyway. He stated, I think it was an expenditure that had to be reimbursed. They say it's a liability. I don't agree that it's a liability because I know the nature of it, but it doesn't matter at this point. Cohen is the current subject of the ongoing criminal investigation by federal authorities in New York. The FBI recently raided his office, apartment, and hotel room as part of that investigation. However, Giuliani states that Cohen's case does not concern President Trump's legal team. Not a lick. We're completely uninvolved in that. We've gotten assurances that we're not involved in it, he said. It's only about Mueller getting the darn thing over with, and he owes that to the American people. And I say it's a disgrace to raid Cohen's office. Why would Cohen's office be raided by Mueller in the first place? I mean, really, this is a disgrace, a total disgrace, you know? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.